Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Tonight we are going to do a paranormal video. And when I say paranormal, I mean figuring out, since I've moved here, if anything has followed me or, kind of something is still there. Before I begin, I forgot to grab my tea. I had some tea that I was drinking for divination purposes because I am going to be attempting to talk to spirits. I'm going to grab that and I'll be right back. Alright, so while I drink this, it's going to help me pretty much get in the mood. I meditated a little bit before. I've been planning on doing this for a while. I just didn't really know when, and it's October, so I figured now would be a good time to try and do this. You guys are probably wondering why it's so dark. I waited to do this at night because I figured it'd be the best time. I've got candle lighting on like my TV screen to give me a little bit of light, and I've dimmed down the lights in the rest of the house. So I want to give you guys like a little background about me and my spiritual path. My base, or like what I believe in, the base of what I believe in would be Christianity. But I've like studied and dabbled into other religions and other practices. And a lot of you guys know I used to do a lot of the witchcraft stuff. And like with witchcraft, there's always a lot of, I don't know how to put it in a lighter way of saying it. Sometimes you can invite things that you shouldn't be inviting. A lot of people that are new into witchcraft usually have no idea what they're doing and kind of do the wrong thing. So I have background in demonology, angelology. I'm also a spiritual advisor. I wouldn't really consider myself a paranormal investigator just because I haven't really had the opportunity to go out and do a lot of investigating. So I can't really call myself that, but spiritual advisor, yes. And being said that, that means I help people with whatever spiritual conflicts they're going through. For example, when I lived in Texas, I helped a family who had a member who was like an angry alcoholic of 4 years. The instructions that I gave them, literally the day of, the next day they did what I told them to do, and instantly that person who used to be an angry alcoholic was normal. They were happy, they sobered up instantly. And so there is like a demonic presence attached to every sin. Let's put it like that. Like, for example, the 7 deadly sins, everybody knows what that is. For alcoholism, there is a demon that has something to do with, alcohol. Or there's a demon for adultery, or a demon for like stealing, lying, your typical sins. There's always some kind of demon that is attached to that type of thing. Another instance was there was a woman who reached out to me online who was trying to figure out what was following her, and come to find out it was her guardian angel. And she had showed me some pictures and stuff like that. I wish I'd saved them so I could show you. Everyone was comfortable with me sharing their story, so that's why I'm telling you guys this. And the biggest experience I ever had was when I was going through a lot of troubles in my marriage. I was helping a mother whose son had I wouldn't say mild, he had a very active demonic entity that was affecting him really bad. He was going in and out of the hospital quite regularly, and doctors couldn't figure out what was going on with him. It started off as a, kind of like a normal haunting, and then it turned into like an obsession, or what do you call it, where instead of like the parlor tricks and stuff like that, demons will actually become more active and start to affect the person that they're trying to attack. And even though the mother was a Christian, for some reason that entity was so attached to the son. I really wanted to go out to their house and figure out where the root of the problem was, but there was only so much I could do at that time. Eventually I had to contact a like a hierarchy of a Catholic priest, and they were able to go out to them for me, because all I can really do is investigate to some sort of extent. You want to eliminate all the medical issues, all the like mental issues, you know, whatever can be debunked. And if it can't be debunked, then that's where the church pretty much takes place in that situation. So, and literally right after that, the demon that I was trying to deal with ended up following me to my work. And where I worked at that time, it was a very inviting environment for an entity like that, because where I worked, there was a lot of witchcraft, and they practiced witchcraft. And I can't really say they were perfect, because there were definitely some bad things that were being practiced there. And at that moment, I became the target, but I was able to get rid of it because I do have the experience. I don't call myself a witch. I call myself a spiritualist, if that makes sense. So anyways, that's just a little bit about me. So recap of my paranormal situation. When I lived on Fort Hood, Texas, I lived in a house that had a lot of activity. And at that time, there was a lot I really couldn't tell you guys. I wasn't allowed to say because of the things that were going on. The last 2 years of my life were undescribably torturing. It was a torment of 2 years that I really had to go through. And it caused me to seek mental help, if that makes any sense. I had a psychiatrist, like I had a counselor pretty much that I talked to, figure out how to sort through certain things in my life, figure out why they were happening. Long story short, my ex was a really bad alcoholic, and whenever he would go through his alcoholic episodes, he would do these weird things with his mouth. He would snarl, and he would like lick his lips, lick his teeth, kind of like as if he was like possessed. And people who have dealt with like exorcisms or demons or know a little bit something about demonology, the perfect possession is very rare. So I wouldn't say he was possessed. He was definitely oppressed by some kind of entity, because he was an alcoholic for a long time, and a lot of times stuff like that can be passed down through lineage. His real father was a drug abuser and a real alcoholic, and he actually died of that the first year that we were together. And it made a lot of sense why he was the way he was. And unfortunately, he was like that during his first marriage. And with his first wife, she was the one who tried to kill me. I got myself into a situation that I was tricked from the very beginning. I didn't know that there were certain things about his life, including her, and that's where it all began. And she also had her own problems, a lot of mental disorders, and like all I can really say is mental disorders, and the grief that she felt in that house lingered there. And that's why in the beginning of, you know, the YouTube videos that I created were all about me cleansing the home of where I was at and trying to pinpoint where a lot of that bad energy was at and getting rid of it. But unfortunately, it didn't last very long. More activity started happening. I started hearing voices, started hearing cries. And so I decided to pick up my spirit box and try to talk to whatever was in that house. And honestly, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. Like, I've got goosebumps all the way from my feet, and it's like going up my head. Like, I'm home alone right now. My husband is away for 22 days. My new husband. You guys probably don't know this, but I remarried. I divorced my ex, and I left Texas. I moved to Washington, got remarried, and, you know, my life has been great since I've been up here. But I really want to know if this entity, you know, is still watching me, if it's still there. Sometimes I feel like something is still there, but that's like the spiritual side of me. I can still feel things, I can still see things from time to time, but I haven't heard anything, which has been absolutely the best feeling ever. So that's pretty much what we're gonna do. I just really want to see if there's anything still there. So I'm gonna drink this a little bit, put this down, and we're gonna start. Originally, I had used this app called Necrophonic. I don't know if you guys can see it very clearly. This is what I used before, and it's very legit. It's very real. It definitely works. Unfortunately, I don't have anything where I could like record it for you guys. I'm doing this on my camera just so I can use my phone. Hopefully you guys can hear everything. I'm honestly kind of scared to do this, but afterwards I'm gonna cleanse and probably sleep with the lights on. That's for sure. So let's go ahead and begin. So is there anything here with me? Do you remember me? Oh, I just heard hello. Oh my god. What's your name? Can you tell me what your name is? I can't really make it out too much. Do you remember where I used to live? Were you there with me when I lived there? Oh, it said, who is that? Did I ever live in Texas? True. Did I ever live in Fort Hood? Is there anything here with me now? Woo! I just got chills. Are you a good spirit? Are you a good spirit? Oh yes, it said yes. Do you remember me? I'm hearing a lot of no's, so a lot of these spirits are probably, I had to pause it just so I could talk because there's a lot of voices over it. It's definitely very mixed. I'm getting some yeses, some no's. I'm really trying to figure out if, for one, there is something here. It's nothing bad, so that's a good thing. Let's see what else we can figure out. Do you remember my ex? It literally said yes. Was he an alcoholic? Do you remember his first wife? Do you remember his first wife? Do you remember her name? Do you remember her name? Can you tell me what her name is? What did we call her? I'm talking right now. Can you tell me what we called her? I thought I heard Medusa. That's legit what I just heard. I heard it say Medusa. I'm getting chills. Like, Medusa is what we called her because she had she had a full head of nappy hair. Let's put it like that. We never called her by her first name because it was just like, it was like bad luck. Super, super bad luck. And so, crazy. Do you remember my ex's name? Can you tell me my ex's name? It said James. Oh my god. That was his name. So, I'm happy now. Did you know I moved? Did you know that I moved? Said good and yes. I'm a lot happier now. Can I talk to a good spirit? Is there a good spirit here? Oh, it said yes. What's your name? Ed? Can you tell me your name? What did you say your name was? Did you know I remarried? I heard you guys say his name earlier. Can you tell me what my new husband's name is? Can you tell me who my husband is? Do you know where he's at? Okay. I heard something kind of creepy. I'm not really sure if I heard that right, but I don't really know if I want to like keep going. I still have chills. Like, I'm about to turn the heater on because I have freaking chills right now. Like, it's like I really have no need to keep going. For once, I'm actually surprised I'm not hearing anything like scary or like deathly afraid, because I remember that last time I used this app, there was a demon and it said that it wanted my body because I'm untouchable. And I was just like, oh my god. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna like end this session because there's really no need for me to keep going. If you guys heard something that I probably didn't hear, if you guys could hear it well enough, I'll still put like little subtitles of like what words I picked out for sure. Leave them in the comments down below and let me know what you heard, because I'm definitely very, very curious. Oof, I've got like chills galore right now. Oh my gosh. I picked the wrong time to film this video, but you know what? It had to be done. And I'm definitely in a lot happier place than where I was before. I know I've developed some new things that have carried on with me from my traumatizing marriage, my last marriage, and it's made me see myself differently. But that doesn't change, you know, my confidence or anything like that. I still feel very confident in a lot of situations, but sometimes I do see myself in a different light because of my ex, and it's definitely left an emotional scar on me. I'll never forget it. It's just something that you just kind of learn from and you just live with it. You'll never forget, but you can always move on. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that I finally have somebody who is there for me, who supports me, you know, in every aspect. He's there when I need him, and he's always there to cheer me up, which is, you know, absolutely amazing. So hopefully, I don't know if that video was scary enough for you, but I hope you guys learned a little bit about me and, you know, my paranormal journey, and a little bit about my, you know, spiritual side. I'll see you guys in another video. Hauls are coming really, really soon. Probably closer to Halloween, so just stand by for that. I hope you guys have a really good night. Happy October, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!